John Florence versus Rio Waida. Chris Cote here with Mitch Salvador. Mitch, let's land this plane. 2 more heats on the day in the elimination round. Both these surfers pretty quiet on land. They let their surfing do the talking, and here we go, Rio Waida. Great start. High speed, down the line. Gets the ramp out, a little slow to hit the revert. That was good.
Yeah.
That was fine. But here we go, Rio Waida.
Okay.
Quick look out the back. Maybe he sees a better option. That leaves John Florence out the back with priority. And here we go. John Florence coiling up, trying to wash off an earlier loss from this morning. You know what can do that? A giant air. Or a big slice like that. Florence has every weapon there is in the world of surfing. A lot of style.
And start off with an excellent score. I mean, great start. The carve right here. That's the variation. The layback carve as we see it paddle to the John turn. Hits the lip right there. And then right here, I'm just thinking, okay, finish it off. And then goes for the nose pick air reverse.
That's a good bloke right there. Callum Robson, strong heat, big performance. He will be on into the next round. Meanwhile, Rio Waida flying into the flats. Just got a little head over heels there. Unable to land that finishing move. Some credit for what he did early on here.
Yeah, a decent wave for Waida right here. Snap to start. Into the lip right there. Much stronger on the second one. Really love that bottom turn, how he draws it out a bit more. And it seemed like he was indecisive on what to do at the end right there.
First heat of the day for John did not go his way. He's trying to erase the memory of that. Has a look, lets it go. Rio says, thank you, I'll take it. Quick start there. A couple good turns to start. There we go. Getting flashy with the lip slide. Another hard turn, blows the tail, maintains control, and more. Here we go, the inside reward.
Oh.
That right there was a sweet combo. Slay, Rio Waida.
We talk about speed, we talk about power, but I think sometimes we overlook the flow factor that a lot of people have on the championship tour. Rio oozes that kind of confidence. Look at that right there. Drifts the fins on the outside, wraps it down. So quick in transition, too. Throws the tail, ends up in a double up section right there. Is able to gain some more speed, go down the line once again. Throw tail reverse. And just for good measure, adds up a couple more turns afterwards. That was a working man's wave. And coming from a lot of right-hand point breaks like himself, this is a wave that he's probably looked for an opportunity to compete at before. And as of right now, he's really taking advantage of it. I think this last air, especially with the lack of height and maybe degree of difficulty on the first one, he made up for it. And that was really cool that he added the variation of grabbing the rail.
John Florence may have regretted giving that wave to Rio Waida. We'll see what he can do here with the answer back. Taking a different line. Man, it's just frustrating. You know, as a fan, you know, you want to be able to, you want John to get the wave, to showcase all of the talents that he has.
Knowing that there was probably going to be a wave after this and he was looking to better the 4.17. It's a double up too. Had a real good line on it. Going down the line, a lot of speed. That turn was nasty. Was able to slide the fins. And right here, look at this. Carve. And then just the way he was able to set up this air right here on the inside. Look at the amount of speed he gained, Chris. And ba-boing. Goes for the air rotation. Rides out cleanly. Going to be a solid score, and I think it's even going to better his 7-point ride. Altitude, speed, variation, and a clean landing. Ladies and gentlemen, Air Rio.
Saw him take a big exhale. Released the air and then went to the air. So John was looked like he was off to a great start. We'll see what happened here with the landing.
Oh, he pulls that too. We're seeing something excellent. But I expect him to at least win one of the next few events that we have on the calendar. And I think he's going to need it if he doesn't make it out of this heat, Chris.
Here we go, a little chip in. Quick stall on the takeoff, looking down the line. This wave starting to beef up. Big section there. Nice sliding snap, lays into it. Brutality from John Florence. This tells me he wants it. 4 minutes to go. Still ripping his way through the mid portion of this wave. And what do we got on the inside? There we go.
All right.
John Florence is back.
And you can use priority. As long as you're awarded priority, as you see a P right there next to your name, you go ahead and use it. Wow, this turn right here, the layback, I think that's the single best turn we've seen all event long, Chris. Completely lays back and extends when he's moving full throttle forward, too. Ends up going to lip afterwards. Cool little setup snap right there in the pocket. And then makes it into the inside. Has a few more. But then it's this reverse to finish that's really going to garner some extra points for John.
He might not need another wave. I mean, that was pretty amazing surfing right there.
Well, it was committed, I can tell you that. And that's a big part of the criteria. I don't see it being close to a 10, though. I mean, that's just the thing. It's excellent surfing, that's for sure, but I still think he needs one more wave that won't be as high, you know? It won't be that high of a requirement. And look at the way he garnered some speed. You were mentioning that he's riding the Red Tiger from Paisel. Round tail right there, and just spun it around so well with a lot of speed right there at the end.
Here we go, Rio Waida trying to shut the door. Doesn't like the looks of that one. Good call. The wave went nowhere. 330.
He's just trying to reposition himself, too. He knows that he needs to be defensive right here and block and see. He's just trying to recognize where John is right now at this moment.
23 seconds on the clock. There's something kind of cool in front of this wave, a potential low road. John Florence now building up speed. A big snap there. Looking for a 597. Ooh. Layback carve. Another snap. This right here is a victory lap for Rio Waida. Coming through with one of the biggest victories of his season, taking out John Florence on a shining path into tomorrow with authority. Rio Waida, huge victory over John Florence.